Tonight's broadcast is about to begin. Thank you for joining us on Cedar Creek Media.
This is J.D. Bird. You are listening to Maybank Sports here on Cedar Creek Media.
It's showtime!
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Maybank Panther Athletics. I always got to correct myself because I want to say it that way, but it is Lady Panther Athletics first, JD. Always first and foremost, it is the Lady Panthers.
Absolutely.
Well, this is Cedar Creek Media. I am Taylor Honey.
And I'm J.D. Bird.
And we're happy to be here in Van tonight. So another district matchup. Only 3 games left to go in the regular season, JD, including this one. So senior night tonight here for the Lady Vandals. Been a little bit of a tough stretch to start, or well, I guess it's not starting off the year anymore, JD. I can't go back to that old crutch phrase of starting off. But Van right now kind of on the bottom, trying to punch their way up. They are currently sitting in the 6th position in District 15, just a couple of games ahead of Kemp, who is right in the cellar. But Maybank right now holding on to that 24-6 overall record, 7-2 within district. They're in 2nd spot in the District 15 standings, and from what I understand, if a couple of things go right, they will lock down the first seed in the Division I playoffs, if I heard Coach Sutton right, if they can get a win and a couple more things go right here tonight. So actually quite a bit of stuff riding on this one here tonight, JD.
Absolutely. You know, just because you're playing against one of the lower-end teams in your district doesn't mean it's any time to slack off. And for these girls, a lot's riding on this game here tonight. And I getting to watch them throughout the season, it's kind of great that now they get to come up into these games. That it's just like, you know what, put the cherry on top of your season now. That's really what you're playing for at the moment. You're not fighting to keep your position or anything like that, but you are fighting to kind of just top off that already fantastic season that you've had all year long.
I like it, JD. Well, last time these two teams played, it was a 62-27 win for Maybank back home. Matter of fact, JD, I think we got the highlights of that one. We're going to go ahead and play you now.
Half-court press. And right there, Litchfield's going to just be able to knock it away. And Honey Aldridge all alone going to put in the easy layup. Find nothing going. Gets it to Litchfield. Litchfield on the drive. Puts in the floater.
Bailey Litchfield wasting no time.
Jones over to Litchfield. Litchfield going to take another 3. That one a little off the mark. Jones. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but it ended up in the hands of Miss Searcy, and she puts it in the basket. Inside now with Smith. Smith going to put it on the ground and then give it over to Granger. Granger going to go on the floater, puts it off the backboard and in.
Nice move by Taylor Granger, I think.
Pass half court. Skips it over there to Searcy. Searcy going to go all the way to the basket.
Wow. Goes
up and goes in.
Tough basket there for Jada. Came at a big time, too. Lady Panthers needed something.
Phelps. Granger gets it at 3-point land. Thought about it for a second. Searcy going to go all the way to the basket. Puts it up and puts it in and one. White slows it down. Tries to get it to Granger. Wow.
Bodies piling up here.
It's a fight for it. Bailey Litchfield comes away. Taylor Granger all alone going to take the right-handed layup. It is up and in. See Searcy with a nice cross there. Going to go all the way to the hoop. Ooh. Nobody stopped her. Able to put it in.
She's feeling it.
Keep it back, and it's stolen away by Callie Smith. Looks like she's going to try to go all the way.
Oh. Circus
and
foul.
Going to put in the and one. Wow. And Searcy going to get it all the way to Callie Smith. Callie going to go all the way in, and she's got it right there with the floater.
Well, maybe
trying to figure out a way to run their offense here. Is right there. Callie Smith comes away with another steal. Going to slow it down a little bit and has the layup. Nice and easy right there from this Callie Smith. Rebounded by Honey. Sanchez up ahead to Searcy. Searcy just goes right through the double team. Into the corner with Smith. Smith all the way to the hoop. And she's got it with the drive. Scary pass right there, but able to get it to Sanchez. JC Jones on the baseline drive. She's going to put it up and put it in.
Little English on that one.
7 seconds left to do something here. They get it into Miss Searcy. Searcy trying to push it up a little bit. She's going to go all the way, and she's got it. Call it good before the buzzer. As take a little hop stop. Gets it to Searcy. Searcy going to go on the drive all the way, and she's got it.
Another and one opportunity here. Clarify that it was on Mayday.
3-point attempt coming from Van. That one going to go off, but they're able to grab the miss. Honey Aldridge doing a nice job to poke it out and get it on the ground. Litchfield gets down there with it. And possession going to go in the way of Van here.
I'm telling you, for anybody that ever said boys sports are tougher than girls sports, they haven't been to a high school girls basketball game, because they end up on the ground so much. I mean, just the amount of knees and elbows smacking hardwood during one of these games is just amazing.
Absolutely.
And I sound like a broken record. I've said it 100 times, but I would be broken taking half of these hits. So these girls are as tough as they come.
Hands it off right there to Walker. Walker going to try to go in. Wow, what a shot right there.
Just a throw up that she makes go in somehow.
Threw up a prayer and it worked out for J.C. Jones, trying to respond quickly. Nice job by Honey on the offensive board. Puts it up and puts it back in. Looking to pass it over to Litchfield, but Litchfield told her look down court. And Nina Sanchez picks it up, tries to go with a little floater. Honey Aldridge grabs the miss. She's going to kind of slow things down here. Inside to Aldridge. Aldridge finds Granger in the corner, and she's got it.
First three made tonight for the Lady Panthers.
And right there, Van going to go on the drive. Walker not able to get it to fall for him. Wow, what a find by Aldridge all the way down the court. Great job by McKinley White. Crashing the board right there. Puts it up and puts it in right before the buzzer. And to Litchfield, back to Sanchez. Litchfield then throws it up ahead to Smith. Smith going to go all the way. And it's going to bounce in. Great job right there by a lot of fouls in the late going of that one as well, as has this one. So time just ticking away as all these fouls are called as Litchfield finally finds the mark there from three-point land. Sanchez flipping sides of the court. Gets it inside the woods, hands it off to Granger. Granger going to take the little jumper, and she's got it to fall.
Got that soft bounce. And back to it here on Cedar Creek Media. And JD, it looks like we're actually getting pretty close to the national anthem and the starting announcements here. So we're just going to hang out here for just a minute. But again, a couple of games left after this one for your Lady Panthers. Matter of fact, I have them written down, JD. I'm starting to be decent at this broadcasting thing again. So got one game on Friday against Lindale, and then that will be senior night for these ladies as well. And then on Tuesday, you'll have Kemp at Kemp. All right, well, it looks like we're about ready to get this thing kicked off, so let's go ahead and do it, JD.
And now the starting lineup for the Lady Vandals. Number 1, sophomore guard, Keely Walker. Senior guard number 2, Olivia Ryan. Sophomore guard number 5, Lana Sherhart. Number 41, senior coach, Dale Thomas. And number 44, senior forward, Maya Hill. And Lady Vandals are coached by Alan Wilson, Greg Ham, and Kaylee Adair.
All right, JD. Well, there it is. Of course, always like to show our appreciation to our great country. Step aside for the national anthem. And then usually the court announcers are a lot better than us at announcing those names.
Absolutely.
So we just go ahead and let them do it, you know. We are just moments away for some good basketball. And again, folks, remember, me and JD come from the radio world. We're still learning this camera thing. So I'm telling you, I'm not the best camera operator you'll ever see. But dadgummit, I am trying.
We'll figure it out.
Oh. After I say that, I immediately knee the camera. But here we go. And as I like to say, taking you the rest of the way, Mr. J.D. Bird.
As to start things up here, it looks like they're having a hard time. Fans having a hard time deciding who's going to jump against Honey Aldridge. As it's just, you know, it's something we talk about often. It's her size is just so unfair sometimes when it comes to things like that. As, of course, Honey Aldridge is going to grab the opening tip-off. So
well, that was one of their seniors, so that's pretty cool for her.
Sends it to Miss Searcy over to Litchfield. Litchfield now driving across, gets it to Searcy in the corner. Opening up quickly with a three is Miss Jada Searcy. Great way to start things off for Maybank, as now Van will work the other direction, working against, of course, this great Maybank defense. And right there, they got him. Jump ball, so possession going to change now. Well, it won't change. It will stay on this side of the court with Van, but the arrow will change now for the next one, as immediately off the inbound, it is stolen away. Jada Searcy has it. Looking to go all the way, but it's stolen away from her as well. So looks like trading a couple of turnovers there. Now a drive to the basket right there from Sherhart. No good. Rebounded by Aldridge. Hands it off to Searcy to let her go to work. She's being guarded all the way by Sherhart, but she gets it across half court. Looking to go over to Smith. Smith now on the drive. Ooh, has her shot blocked. Olivia Ryan going to grab the rebound, and Van will head the other direction now. Up ahead to Sherhart here. Over to Ryan. Ryan will get into Hill. Over there to Miss Thomas. Hill now going to have her shot blocked by Honey.
Honey said, I told you once, now I've told you twice. You can't jump with me.
Sherhart going to be doing the inbounding here for Van, as they're going to get it in right there. Miss Keely Walker with it. Going to go on the drive here. Going to go on the baseline. Let's say they're going to catch Smith with a foul here. Usually that's a moving screen, but you know, such is the way of basketball at times. As Walker gets it off to Ryan here. Ryan's going to take a long three-point attempt off back iron. Able to be rebounded by Thomas. Gets it back to Ryan. Ryan now trying to get it inside. It's going to be stolen away by Smith. Callie Smith slows it down, gets it off to Searcy. Back to Miss Smith. Middle of the lane with Honey, back out to Smith. Litchfield going to take the three now, and she's got it. The flat shot finds the way home. Something we talk about often with Litchfield is somehow those absolute sniper shots end up going through the bottom of the basket.
That is a good way to describe it, too.
Working back on the offensive side is Van now. They're going to have a corner three. It is Sherhart, gets the lucky bounce. Wow, goes all the way around, comes off the backboard. And good defensive play there by Van, but Maybank able to recover. It will be Litchfield with it, working against a double team here. She's able to get it off to Searcy. Searcy into the middle of the lane. Aldridge going to go all the way, and one finish for Miss Honey Aldridge as she's going to get on the board here early. It's her first shot of the night so far. As some substitutions come in here for Van. Number 3, Miss Kaylin Harvey, and number 10, Miss Landry Guy coming to the ball game. Honey's free throw attempt going to go off back iron. Litchfield able to fight for the rebound, however. They're going to keep it here on this side of the court. Smith with the three-point fake, tries to go on the drive, and she's fouled as she does so. So Maybank's going to keep it here. They're going to have it baseline out of bounds there, as they're going to keep it on this side of the floor. Litchfield going to be doing the inbounding duties. Going to get it in there quick to Smith. Ooh, but before that happens, well, Olivia Ryan was going to come away with the ball, but before that happened, she ended up committing a foul. So a little reset here. This time they're going to get it into Jada Searcy. Searcy going to take it. Ooh, and has it stolen away by Keely Walker. Walker going to try to go coast to coast. Ooh, blows the layup. Rebounded right there by Smith, and Smith heads the other direction. Trying to beat him sideline, not able to, has to pass out of it. Litchfield now going to go on the drive. Going to get into the corner with Jones. Jones trying to get it back up to Searcy. Keely Walker being a defensive menace here for the Lady Vandals, as now she's going to have it stolen away by Smith. Smith going to go layup is good. As just like that, it's a 7-point lead for your Maybank Lady Panthers.
JD, I'm rusty over here, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm not saying much, but my goodness. You forget, we haven't used this camera in a couple of weeks since we were in Athens. And
yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, it is – you think talking's hard, man. I forget how hard it is to work on this camera. So if anybody out there is looking for a good challenge, take up broadcasting. Take up broadcasting and camera work. It is it's rewarding but challenging for sure.
Absolutely. As goodness gracious, I keep having to bump myself down, but I'm still redding out here. Hopefully it's not too terrible. I apologize that that first part might have been a little bit loud to the ears. However, just like that, Maybank with a 7-point lead here in this one. A lot of back and forth action very quickly. Not really a lot of time to let you sit there and figure out how to work that camera. They've just been going back and forth at each other. It'll be Sherhart bringing it up for Van here to work the offense. Immediately met with a double team, and Litchfield comes away with the steal. Left-handed layup, and she's got it. Bailey Litchfield is the leading scorer right now. She hit that 3 earlier. Tags it on, has 5. Playing some great defense is Miss Litchfield as well, is right there. She is able to knock it out of bounds. Lady Vandals will have to do a quick reset here. They get it right there to Sherhart. Sherhart now sends it over. They got a number 4. I did not see a number 4 on the roster. I apologize. I don't have her. As now Nina Sanchez in the game. Going to be working up top of the key. Gets it over to Litchfield. Finds. Ooh. Goodness gracious, there's a scramble for the ball there. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say, and I realized, oh, hey, I'm just not talking at all. Olivia Ryan fighting for the ball there. I believe jump ball is going to be the final call. Possession arrow going to give it to the Lady Panthers, so it stays here on this side of the court. It'll be Litchfield doing the inbounding duties. Was looking to send it into Sanchez, ends up just getting it in to Aldridge. Shot from Litchfield, no good. As right there, travel going to be called on number 4. I believe over there it says, I'm not even going to try to read that. I'm going to say it completely wrong. I thought about it for a second, but then thought against it, as I really don't want to be insensitive.
I don't even see what you're talking about.
Over there on the other side of the court, it's got
okay.
the names of the players. As Maybank working on offense here, Litchfield going to send it over there to Granger. Granger going to go all the way on the drive. No good on the attempt, but once again fighting for it here. Able to get it off to Olivia Ryan is Ms. Harvey, so now they will work on the other end of the court. Olivia Ryan slowing things down here for her team. Going to end up giving it off to Sherhart. Sherhart now, top of the key, looking to work against Miss J.C. Jones. Ooh, good defense by Miss Jones as she makes Harvey mess up her dribble there. Olivia Ryan with it now. Thought about using the screen, then decided against it. Litchfield playing the defense there. Time ticking away here as Van is really slowing the pace of this one. Gets it to Sherhart there, and now she will once again work against Jones. Trying to go into the corner, and it is out of bounds off of Van. So it'll be another turnover there for Van as Maybank heads the other direction. Substitution, Miss J.C. Jones going to come out, and Miss McKinley White going to come into the ball game. Nina Sanchez is going to be bringing it up for her team here. Working against number 4 for Van. And, man, just not quite able to get past the defense. She ends up going out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover for Maybank as well. As Van will take over at half court.
You also got Kendall Woods in for Litchfield. I just noticed that as well.
I didn't see that one. Nice catch there, brother.
I just noticed.
Van working it up at the top of the key here. They're going to get it over to Harvey. Harvey working against Granger. Going to try to go on the drive, get it to the corner with Ryan. Ryan here going to go on the dribble. I believe she was thinking about a 3, had to go out of it. Number 4 here for Van with it. Going to try to go into the corner, number 10. This Landry Guy standing over there. As I believe there will be a foul as they were trying to drive in right there. Not quite sure who they put it on, however. I did not catch the fingers.
Didn't either.
Needless to say, Van going to keep working with it here on this side of the court. Trying to get it, and Nina Sanchez able to poke it free. Nina Sanchez going to end up getting the steal. And there is a scrap for the ball as no one could really get a hold of it there. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Sanchez, however. So it'll head the other direction with Van once again. So Van having a lot of time with it here on the offensive side, but still hasn't really turned into any points for them so far. They've been working it nicely around the outside, but as soon as they try to go inside, that person right there, Miss Honey Aldridge, makes the play as right there. She's going to come away with a steal. Nina Sanchez now going to slow things down for Maybank. Gets it off to White. White now with it, dribbling around. Has it go off of the foot right there of Miss Olivia Ryan. Now substitution's going to come in for Van.
There's JD. Turned it a little too
far.
far.
How you doing?
Sorry, buddy.
Now Maybank working back with it. Going to try to go to the short corner. End up finding McKinley White open for 3 on the other side of the court. Not able to knock it down there. So, but on the other end, McKinley White going to come up with a steal. So now she tries for a race down the sideline. Gets it off to Nina Sanchez to run the offense. Sanchez able to keep it alive here. Granger going to take a 3. Off back iron. Fight for the rebound. Aldridge comes away with it. She's going to take a little jumper, and she's got it. Honey Aldridge, that's something we don't see her pull out of her bag very often. A little mid-range shot.
It's in there. She just doesn't have to use it too much.
Van, final 22 seconds left in the period. trying to find a way to get more points on the board. Inside with number 4, they're going to get it to Sherhart. Sherhart going to drive all the way around. Ooh, and she's going to be fouled hard right there by Honey as Honey mistimed her jump. So Sherhart going to head to the free throw line, has a chance to put up the 2 points there from the charity strike.
All right, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Much better. I think you accidentally turned me down when you were trying to square yourself up.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. I just started talking, and I was like, whoa, I'm way down there. Where am I at? I was just making sure I wasn't going crazy, which very well is still very well possible.
You know what? That's exactly what happened as I realized, I'm in slot number 2 at the moment. Sherhart on the second attempt. That one also no good. Jada Searcy grabs a rebound up ahead to Kendall Woods. Woods slows it down, puts up the shot, and one for Miss Kendall Woods.
Man.
As she will head to the charity strike to put in an extra one for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Kendall Woods has been coming on strong the last couple of weeks, and they're definitely going to need her as the playoff push is coming. Absolutely.
She's an absolute athlete that does a very good job of flying around the court. She knows where she's supposed to be. And, every now and then those shots start falling for her. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing tonight be one of those nights for her once again.
Yes, sir. She puts through the extra there. And now Van going to go on the attack. And, almost got a little prayer there at the end of the quarter as they kind of just threw one up and just glances off the rim. So pretty good first quarter for you Lady Panthers there, JD.
Absolutely, as they take an early 14-point lead. We are going to send it away to break real quick, and we will be back for the second period of action here after this.
Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
And we are back to it here to start the second period of action. Van going to be starting with it here as Sherhart going to be running the point for her team. Inside to the post right there to Guy. Guy trying to work against Granger. Ooh, Granger. I thought for a second maybe, but they're going to say she caught the arm a little bit. So Granger going to get caught with the foul. And Miss Landry Guy is going to head to the free throw line. Sorry, I had some free throws from Van I forgot to put on my statistics sheet here from earlier. As first one there from Guy finds the bottom. Second one on the way. That one's going to be well short.
It was right on line, just a little short.
Little bit too short there on that one as Maybank now going to work the other direction with it. Searcy and White comboing together to get it up the floor. Searcy now with it. Tries to flip sides of the court. Gets it over there to Smith. Smith's instantly double teamed. Has to get it off to Searcy, and she does. Kendall Woods in the corner. Three-pointer. Ooh, off back iron. Fight for the rebound. Sherhart going to come away with it for Van. Up ahead now here to Harvey. Harvey back to Sherhart. Sherhart going to give it over to Ryan. Ryan going to be leading the charge here for Van on this offensive possession. Has her drive stopped short. Gets it to Sherhart. Sherhart trying to work baseline. Turnaround jumper, and she's got it. Miss Lana Sherhart there with a nice looking shot. As now Maybank back the other way Into the corner once again with Smith. Smith able to get it in to Granger. Nice pass from Smith there to set up her teammate. Taylor Granger comes away with 2. Going to be Sherhart once again for Van. She's going to go on the drive all the way to the hoop. Ooh, not quite on the layup. Granger finally able to pick up the rebound. McKinley White up ahead to Woods. Woods now thought about the baseline drive and is stuffed there by Olivia Ryan. Jump ball going to be the call. Possession arrow going to give it in way of Maybank. So it'll stay here on this side of the court. As we're going to have a few substitutions come into the game now. Miss Honey Aldridge, Bailey Litchfield, and J.C. Jones all making their way back onto the court. Bailey Litchfield going to be doing the inbounding duties. Gets it into J.C. Jones. No one around her. She takes the 3 just off on that one. Olivia Ryan going to come away with a rebound, and she will bring it up the court for Van. As now Miss Walker with it. Looks to go on the drive. Decides to give it back out to Sherhart. Sherhart now on the drive. And she is going to be fouled. I believe J.C. Jones going to be caught with that one. And that is who they put it on. Miss J.C. Jones going to pick up her first foul of the ball game.
Second team foul already, too, so only 3 more to give with still 6 minutes to go in the quarter.
As first shot there from Sherhart finds the bottom. Second shot incoming is on the way, and that one is also good. 11-point lead now for the Lady Panthers as Litchfield and Searcy work it up the court. Litchfield was in trouble and just had to kind of throw it behind her. And
it was almost the nicest play of the year. It was real close.
And now is going to be caught with a foul back on the other end of the court. So already up to 3 here. As Van doing a nice job of asserting their will here at the start of the second period. As Miss Keely Walker going to find her way to the free throw line. First one, no good for Miss Walker, however.
JD, are you ready for me to make your night?
What's that?
You don't have to worry about keeping the score. They got points up on the board over there.
I know, right? I saw that, and I was like, I'll try to do my best.
Give it a shot.
As on the other end, Miss Honey Aldridge going to find a nice pass there from Smith, and she's going to get another 2 points added to her total. Ooh, working around on the other end, Miss Kaylin Harvey going to get caught for a travel there. Ended up moving the pivot foot. As now Maybank will head the other direction again. Litchfield hands it off to Searcy to let her do the traffic. As Litchfield now with it is left alone up there at the top of the key. Looking for some help here. Finds Smith into the corner, Searcy. Searcy now middle of the lane with J.C. Jones. And quick jump ball is forced right there by Miss Sherhart. As possession arrow going to give it to the Lady Vandals this time.
Apologies, see our broadcast set up. Had to go that far again.
Sherhart going to be bringing it down for the Lady Vandals. Keely Walker working with it, trying to work against the double team. Ends up getting it to Guy. Guy now going to have to try and work against it, and she will be fouled. I believe they're going to catch J.C. Jones yet again, this time for a blocking foul. As Van will reset here. Sherhart with it. Going to look to get it into the corner with Ryan. Ryan's three-pointer. Finds nothing on that one, but rebounded here from Harvey. Harvey able to grab her own miss and go up again, and she's got the and one.
Okay, making a little noise here, the Lady Vandals.
Trying to work their way back into it as they cut the lead back down to only 11. It is still a pretty hearty lead for a basketball game. Looking to cut it down to just 10 now with this free throw. Fortunately, nothing going. Right there, Thomas trying to fight for the rebound to keep it on this side of the court for Van. And it's going to go out of bounds off of her. Going to have a substitution come in for Van. Number 11 once again into the game as they just pass it up ahead to Aldridge quickly. She's going to slow it down, get it to Litchfield. Litchfield now thought about going on the drive. Ends up getting it in the corner. Jada Searcy. Ooh. If only it didn't count as out of bounds whenever it went up to the top right there. Somehow that managed to find its way through the bottom of the net.
If you're playing horse, that's definitely an H right there.
That is exactly right. Now Van working the other direction here. Olivia Ryan with it over on the left wing. Going to give it off to Sherhart. J.C. Jones ended up losing a shoe and is about to play defense without it. Olivia Ryan with it right now. Was smart and saw that J.C. Jones did not have a shoe. Told Sherhart to drive on her. Sherhart going to take a deep three. No good. Searcy able to come away with it. And Miss J.C. Jones running the court. Now comes back to retrieve her shoe. That was a heck of an effort there from Miss J.C. Jones to lose a wheel and still keep in the race.
And that's like running on banana peels on this high wax floor with the socks. So.
Oh, yeah. Sherhart now brings it the other direction for Van. Will work against Smith this time. Number 11 with it. Going to get it off to Sherhart. Sherhart looking to go on the drive, gets it off to 11 again, who takes a deep three. That one, nothing going there as fight for the rebound. And it looks like Miss Jayla Thomas might have came down a little bit too hard. Wasn't able to catch herself. Is able to stand back up under her own power. She will head to the bench, and Miss Landry Guy going to come back into the ball game. Maybank will take over here after the slight delay. It'll be Miss Jada Searcy bringing it down for your Lady Panthers. She gets it off to Smith and has it stolen away by Walker. Walker going to slow things down, let the rest of her team get there. Turns around, finds number 11. Now, see, they can't blame me on this one because they don't even have number 11 on the board over there. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't tell you the name of number 11 for Van. Nonetheless, she's out there playing defense right now. They get it off to Smith. Smith back to Searcy. She's going to take the three. Ooh. Nothing going there on that one. As Sherhart working for the rebound down there. Not able to hold on to it. It goes out of bounds off of her. So Maybank going to keep it here on this side of the court. They're going to get it in the middle right there to Aldridge. And Aldridge will be fouled. So Honey going to head to the charity strike once again.
That's one thing that we have noticed with Honey that's, degressed just a little bit throughout the season. The beginning part of the season, she was pretty lights out from the free throw line, but over the last few weeks had a little bit of trouble from the charity stripe.
I try not to say anything about it because, that broadcaster's curse, as much as it can all, be superstition and everything, I'm not willing to test it. As she knocks down the first one. Second one on the way. That one is also good. Think she might have heard Taylor saying something about it right there and wanted to just give a quick I'll show you how great I am. As now Olivia Ryan working back the other direction for Van, and I believe Miss J.C. Jones is going to be caught with her third foul of the ball game here. And in the bonus is Van. So Miss Olivia Ryan will head to the line to shoot two.
Looks like you're right. They did get Jones, so that will be her third.
Shot no good on the first one for Ryan. As now Taylor Granger going to come into the ball game for Jones. Second shot on the way for Ryan. That one is able to find the bottom. 12-point lead here for Maybank as Searcy and Litchfield trying to work against some upward pressure coming in from the Lady Vandals. Litchfield going to get it back to Searcy, now into the middle of the lane with Aldridge. Aldridge tries to go on her drive. Nothing going. They get it back out to Searcy. Searcy open three. Not quite able to get it there. And right there, they're going to catch. They are going to catch Litchfield with a push. So now Sherhart going to go the other direction and shoot some free throws. I think that's only the second one on Litchfield, however. Oh, no, it's going to be her third as well. So you got two players with 3 fouls on them before the end of the first half. Is right there, Sherhart. Not able to knock down the first one. Nina Sanchez going to come in for Litchfield. As we wait the second shot from Sherhart. That one also no good. Honey Aldridge able to grab the rebound. She decides to put it on the ground herself. Able to find Jada Searcy coming on the other side. Corner three on the way from Smith. Just not quite on that one. Sherhart able to grab the miss. Up ahead to Harvey. Harvey working against Sanchez. Going to try to go on the drive over two. As right there, Landry Guy able to find it down low. Puts up the second chance opportunity. And quick timeout going to be called by Coach Sutton here as he will try to talk to his girls about keeping this 10-point advantage that they've got, trying to head into halftime. Fantastic game being played so far from this Maybank Lady Panthers team as they have just been going at Van all night long. I will say the only thing getting a little bit scary for them is the number of fouls that they have committed already and the fact that you already have two of your players that are in pretty deep foul trouble.
I would agree, especially, too, that play as much as they do is in Litchfield and Jones. So definitely got to tuck it in a little bit. But we did see Presley Sims as a part of the bench, yeah? So
yes,
do
Presley
have a little
Sims
extra
out there.
bench depth. Matter of fact, yeah, there she is. Oh, there we go, right there on the camera. Even though she is kind of coming out of Coach Sutton's backside there, sorry.
As we got Nina Sanchez will be doing the point guard duties right now. Working against number 4. Able to get it off to Aldridge. Aldridge over to Searcy. Searcy gets it back to Sanchez. Sanchez able to find Aldridge down low, who finishes it at the bucket. Aldridge doing a great job here from the floor tonight. Already has herself 10 points in the ball game. As it'll be Van working on offense again. They're going to get it off to Walker. Walker tries to get it inside to Guy. Stolen away by Sanchez. On the fast break, it'll be Smith who is fouled, so she heads to the line here. I believe Sherhart going to get caught with that one. That'll be Sherhart's second foul of the ball game. I believe this is Smith's first time at the line so far tonight. First shot on the way and good right there from Miss Callie Smith. As they work to extend their lead.
Back up doubled, 26-13 here.
Second shot on the way here for Smith, and that one is also good. Looks like we got a lot better job tonight shooting free throws on the entire team for Maybank, as only one missed free throw so far here in this one.
Oh, I'll take it.
As Van, working on the other end, has it poked out of bounds by Maybank. So they'll have a quick reset. Working from the baseline here. They're going to get it into Walker. Walker has it poked away by Searcy. Has to give it over to Harvey. Harvey gets it back to Walker. Walker now over to Harvey. Harvey going to take the screen, gives it off to Thomas. Thomas turns around, goes on the drive, nothing going. Honey Aldridge going to take it off the rebound and send it down the other direction herself. Gives it off to Searcy, who comes into the lane and puts a little floater up. She thought about a three for a second, but her last two attempts have not gone for her. So you know what? She said, you know what? Let me get a little closer for this one, put a little finesse on it.
I'm going to start calling her New Orleans because she is queen of the float. You know what I mean?
As on the other end, Harvey trying to work against the buzzer, and she is foul.
Yeah.
Don't know who they're going to put that one on. I didn't quite see the signal. It looks like they put it on number 3. Miss Taylor Granger gets caught with the foul on that one. That'll be her second. So a lot of your team working with fouls here. Luckily, you are at the end of the first period here, as we got the boys teams out here on the sides of the court looking ready to warm up during halftime. Referees doing a little discussing at the moment.
Speaking of halftime, we've got that interview with the new AD and head football coach of the Maybank Panthers, Coach Sean Copeland, coming up here at halftime.
First shot on the way for Harvey, and that one is good.
Mile in the sky and down.
That was a very high arcing free throw right there. Second one on the way. That one is also good.
So there's actually 25 seconds. Oh, no, it's .25. Okay, there we go.
As they cut the lead down to 14, the Lady Panthers up ahead of the Lady Vandals headed into halftime. 29-15, they've got it over them. As with that being said, we're going to send you to a quick break, and when you come back, you're going to be able to watch that interview my good friend Taylor was talking about. So without further ado, we'll see you here after this.
Hey, Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right of Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doubleKphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Maybank Athletics.
All right, Taylor Honey, Cedar Creek Media, hanging out with the new head honcho of the Maybank Panthers, Coach Sean Copeland. Good morning, Coach. How are you doing?
Good morning, Taylor. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, well, thank you for coming in and taking over the program and spending a little bit of time with us this morning. So, Coach, I know you've been asked this question about 10,000 times, so let's just go ahead and put it out there for the public, okay?
Gotcha.
Coach, what kind of offense are we running next year?
We are running the spread. And so, but good news, I spread people out to run it down their throat. And so that's what we like to do.
Absolutely. I like it. So we'll just get that one out of the way because that's going to be the first question everybody's asking. So let's get it out of the way. But so, Coach, tell us a little bit about your tenure as a coach. Kind of give us some broad strokes and things, how you got started, what you kind of molded you into becoming an athletic director.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. So, I mean, all through college, I wanted to be an AD, head football coach. That was kind of the dream. And so I started my career out at Nevada Community, spent 5 years there, made my way over to Rockwall Heath to become the head varsity track coach there. Left after 1 year because I had the opportunity to go be a varsity quarterbacks coach up at McKinney High. Got to do a lot of things there, had JV, had freshmen, got to coach some great players while I was there. And then the Lord called me to Phoenix, Arizona, my family and I, to help plant a church. We went out there to physically and financially help the church for 1 year was the game plan, and then come back to Texas football, of course. And we spent 8 years out there. Whole time I was out there, I coached and I taught every year. I spent 6 years as a head varsity football coach at 2 different schools. Got a call right at the beginning of summer that Spring Hill in Longview, Texas was looking for an assistant athletic director, football coach, and powerlifting coach. And I accepted that position because that's where I grew up, not at Spring Hill, but in Longview. And have spent the past 4 years there, and now I'm blessed to be here in Maybank, Texas.
That's great. So, over at Spring Hill, you were the strength and speed coach and athletic director, right?
Correct.
So,
people at Spring Hill were like, you're just the athletic director? What do you coach? Well, I coach strength and speed.
Right.
And then so I did that for all of our programs, 6th grade all the way up through the varsity.
Awesome. So what made you want to jump back into the head coaching of football? You know what I mean? Don't dive back in here.
For sure. I think I could have honestly stayed at Spring Hill forever as their athletic director. I had great support, great people to work with, great community. There was always, for me, it was always, will I ever get back into being a head football coach? And I did see that. And I started probably about a year and a half ago, towards the end of 2 football seasons ago, I started really getting the itch to get back into being a head football coach. Part of that decision to move on it so quickly was I had a son that's going to be a senior next year. That how was I going to look at him one day and say, hey, the only years your dad didn't coach football was the years you were in high school. And so I wanted the opportunity to be able to coach him. God willing, I'm a big man of faith, and so I'm listening to what God wants me to do, and this opportunity just was incredible. Yes.
Yes, sir. Well, speaking of family, if you don't mind, if we switch it over that way for a second. So I know you've got a lovely wife and a couple of kids. So what can you tell us about your family?
Gotcha. So Lisa, she actually started yesterday here at Maybank teaching speech.
Oh, okay.
So that was just a God thing. I'd come up to visit the coaches one day, and the night before, Mr. Rowland called me up and said, hey, my speech teacher has just left us. Does your wife want to teach? I didn't even know Lisa was certified to teach speech. I mean, she's an English teacher, but she was like, yes, I would love to do that. And so we were able to get her here. I have a daughter that's a freshman in college. She's planning on being a theater teacher. Oh. She was a multi-sport athlete, but theater was her thing. She says I kind of held her back, not moving her to Hollywood or Florida. And so, no, she's thriving. She's incredible. And of course, my son Jackson, he's a junior this year, plays football, has done track a lot of times, but right now going into his senior year, he really wants to focus on his football development and of course being at a new school and making new friends and things like that. He's super excited.
Tell you what, that's a good-looking kid you got over there. He looks like he'll be fun to watch on the football field. Mr. Sean does.
Yes, yeah. I've kind of started preparing him for the pressure of that, but just told him at the end of the day, I said, nobody's going to be harder on you than your dad, but nobody's going to love you more than your dad. So.
Absolutely. And that's all, that's That's good to hear. You know what I mean? You love to hear stuff like that, and that tells you how much passion you have going towards the game. So this is going on your second week, or you're in your second week of being here with us, Coach. So have you had a chance to really get a tour around, tour the facilities? What have you thought about what you have to work with here in Maybank?
Gotcha. Yes, sir. I'm very excited about what I've got to work with. I love the setup that we have. Is it the perfect setup? No, we all want the indoor facilities. We want the turf practice fields. But I know that comes with us taking care of our part. If we start doing those things, the community will be more supportive to providing that. But I'm one of those, I make the most of anything. And so I'm excited about what we have set up here. There's some small changes that I'm making to fit what I need to get done in the off season and things like that. But for the most part, we have a good setup. If the weather would help us out a little bit, the coldness has kind of put us in some facility issues, but we're all making it work, and our coaches are working really hard.
So the guys already going through your off-season program? Have you already folded your off-season program in?
We have, yes,
Okay.
sir. So we jumped on that day one.
Okay.
And so, and the coaches have been real receptive to it, learning it, trying to learn it on the run, just like the kids are trying to learn it on the run. And so, yes, sir.
Perfect. Well, all right, we'll get you out of here on this, Coach. So anything that you wanted to just particularly say to the community, any famous first words, as anybody would say, or anything like that?
Gotcha. I'm not a big man on speeches, but just know this. I'm very excited to be a Maybank Panther, and I'm also super excited to build a relationship with everyone. And so that's what I'm about. I'm about the relational piece. I'm going to love up on these kids. I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm going to coach them hard in between the lines. But, yes, I'm excited to be a Panther, and let's go Panthers.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thank you for your time, and can't wait for a Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Taylor.
And we are right back here to start the second half of action. Of course, as always, Cedar Creek Media, I'm JD Bird.
I am Taylor Honey.
As we get set, and it will be the Lady Vandals starting things off with it here to start the third. Of course, it will be Sherhart working with it here for Van. Going to give it off to Ryan. Ryan now working around, gives it off to Walker. Walker working the other direction. Gets it off to Harvey. Harvey will hand it off to Ryan. Ryan now looking to try to get it down inside, has it stolen away. J.C. Jones comes away with the steal, slows it down, gets it off to Searcy, and now they'll set up some offense. As Litchfield with it, going to come around, go back to Searcy. Searcy was thinking about going into the corner with Smith, gets it in the middle with Aldridge. Smith right back to Aldridge, and she's able to go up strong.
That's what we're used to seeing from the freshman.
There it is, as Honey Aldridge going to put up her 10th point from inside. She's got 12 in the ball game.
It's a really quiet 12.
As long three-point attempt there from Harvey, no good. Rebounded by Aldridge. She gets it up ahead to Searcy. Searcy up ahead to Litchfield. Litchfield to Jones. Jones working baseline. Tries to get it back to Litchfield. And it's going to go out of bounds. So Van will take it over after the turnover.
Throwing balls at the trainer is not nice now.
As timeout was called, I believe it is Van with the timeout. They're going to take a quick 30 seconds just to talk things over here.
And again, folks, back home we have these real nice fancy cameras that are installed up around the rafter area. They give us a really good view and angle, and they automatically track everything. Here we don't have that. The tracker is me. So the camera's a little shaky, a little off, a little weird. Just know I went to school for radio. I didn't go to school for camera operations.
There you go.
I'm trying my best, dadgummit.
As after the little timeout there, Van going to have it. Sherhart, of course, going to bring it down for him. Looks like as she's met half court, the defense will be played there by Smith. As Olivia Ryan with it now, going to dribble her way to the top of the key. It's poked away by Searcy. Searcy going to have a one-on-one situation, able to control and finish right there on the fast break is Miss Jada Searcy. As she puts in another 2 points for herself. She's got 7 in the ball game now. Harvey working with it, gets it off to Guy. Guy now going to go right back to Harvey. Who gets it up to Walker, over to Bryant, passing it around very well here on the outside. As Olivia Ryan now going to take the screen, thought about a 3, gets it back to Guy. Guy off to Walker to Harvey. Harvey now going to go baseline on the drive, has it blocked from behind by Searcy. Aldridge going to take it off the rebound up ahead to Jones. Jones not quite able to. Aldridge grabs her own miss right there and puts it up and puts it in. Unfortunately, with that having to be her second chance opportunity, if she grabbed her own miss, that means that will be the first shot that she has missed so far in the ballgame.
And Honey cracks me up. She's just so tall and athletic. Sometimes she looks like a cat playing with a toy whenever she's getting those rebound runs going there, you know?
Absolutely. Harvey working with her Van back on the other end, hands it off to Walker. Walker now thought about trying to work her way inside, gives it off to Harvey. Harvey will work her way inside. Nice defense there from Searcy. It's grabbed by Aldridge again. She tries to push the floor. Up ahead to Litchfield, not quite able to control it. Gets it off to Smith. Smith now trapped in the corner. And, oh, no, Van just lost it. Aldridge able to grab it. Smith had a shot stuffed the first time, grabs it out of the hands and puts it right back up. Callie Smith with another 2 points to her name, as she has 6 in the ball game now. Guy working with it down low, gets it back to Harvey. Harvey was about to go to work, but before that happens, Van coach going to call a quick timeout to talk things over once again. This time it's going to be of the full variety, so we got a full minute to sit here and figure out what to talk about, Taylor.
Well,
and
actually, can you do me a favor? Will you put it on that on the webcam only for just a second? There we go. Flip her on there. I'm going to see. I'm, again, fighting against this camera. I'm going to see if I can't find myself a little better way of getting this thing done. So I do apologize, but it is, and again, playing on the road, things are always a little bit different for us. We've got to kind of play things by ear, figure out how it all goes and be. So y'all just work with us. We're going to get this all figured out one of these days.
Taylor realizing he might have to just stand.
I do, and the thing is that I feel bad for the. Okay. All right, double checking with the crowd that they can see over me. That was really my hang-up, is I didn't want to, anybody that was here, I didn't want to, be in their way. But, yeah, now that I know, we'll definitely get this thing cranked up.
Van working back with it back here on their side of the court. It's going to be stolen away by Honey Aldridge. And she'll hand it off to Litchfield to head the other direction. They get it up ahead to Searcy. Back over to Litchfield. Litchfield now slowing things down for Maybank. Going to get it off to Jones, standing on the wing there. She's going to drive baseline. Ooh! Was looking for a nice-looking pass there to Aldridge. Just not quite going. As now headed the other direction, Sherhart tries to get it over to Ryan. Just a little – sorry, no. It was knocked away there by Aldridge. So now Van working with it. Ryan going to be doing the inbounding, gets it into Harvey. Harvey now working against Searcy. Gets it back to Ryan here. Ryan will dribble her way to the top of the key. She is directing traffic, gets it off to Harvey now. Harvey now going to go into the corner with Sherhart. Sherhart going to drive her way. And right there, miss. Maya Hill going to take the shot. Not quite going, as on the fast break, Aldridge with it, tries to slow it down and put up a shot. Rebounded by Smith, and then a jump ball is forced by Harvey. Possession arrow going to keep it here on this side with Maybank, so now they're going to have a chance to run some offense. as they've got the inbound right here underneath the basket as they decide to just try to go right into the middle with Aldridge. It was poked free. Now another fight for it. Another jump ball going to be called. This time possession going to go with Van. And they will head the other way. 3:23 left to go here in period number 3. There was a lot of threes I just said there. Almost psyched myself out with it right there as Olivia Ryan working with it for Van. Gets it off to number 4, right back to Ryan. Ryan going to get it inside to Thomas. Thomas going to find Sherhart in the corner. Corner 3, good for Miss Sherhart. That'll be her second made 3 of the ball game, as that now puts her at 10 points in the game. Litchfield now with it, going to go on the drive. Nice job as she gets it off to Honey. Honey going to go up strong, and she's going to be fouled. It's one of those situations right there. She was absolutely swarmed on it, and if you don't go up strong, you're not quite able to give the refs the view that they need to see the foul. So great job there by Honey to push through all those hands to be able to draw that foul.
Your redneck just came out. Did you hear yourself?
No, I didn't.
Situation. I got myself a situation over here.
My bad.
You did grow up in Eustis. We forgive you. We forgive you.
First shot finds the bottom there from Miss Honey Aldridge.
You know me. I say something crazy about 18 times a broadcast. So.
Second shot on the way. That one going to go off back iron. And a foul going to be called against Miss Taylor Granger there.
Be her third, I believe, JD.
Yes, it will. As Van will head the other direction.
But you know, it's one thing they did a pretty good job. They had a lot of fouls in that second quarter. That's only the first foul of this third quarter, so cleaned it up a bit.
Absolutely, as really they can't afford to give up many with the amount of players they have in foul trouble. Sherhart working with it baseline, gets it back off to number 4. Number 4 over to Miss Ryan. Ryan working against Sanchez. Was calling for a screen, gets it off to number 4 once again. She's going to get it off to Hill. And then it's going to be stolen away by Aldridge. Honey going to hand it off to Sanchez here. Sanchez working against the defense, going to get it off to Smith on the wing as she tries to split the double team, and she is tripped right there. Olivia Ryan going to get caught with a block. As Maybank's going to have it baseline here. They get it into Searcy. She thinks she was feeling herself a bit. Went for the 3 with the pressure in her face. Not quite able to, but on the other end, somebody came away with a push. I am not certain of who they put it on, however. Number 2, Miss Olivia Ryan with the foul. As Maybank trying to work getting it inbounds. It's poked away by Van. So they're going to reset it here. Still working from the baseline. Nina Sanchez going to go get it into Searcy. Searcy gets it down low to Granger. Now they poke it back out. Aldridge standing on the three-point line. That's something we don't see from her often. As Van going to come away with a steal. Walker bringing it down for him. Going to get it off to Harvey. Harvey now working against Granger. Going to get it right back to Walker. Walker here going to get it to Sherhart. Sherhart now going to try to go on the drive. A little turnaround jumper there, and she's got it. This is Lana Sherhart. Yeah. It's her second one of those. So
high degree of difficulty on that.
Yeah. When it's your second make and you're making them like that, can't call it luck on that one. Still an 18-point lead here for Maybank. 20-38 as they lead it. Working on the offensive side once again. It's Nina Sanchez going to work on the screen from Aldridge. Gets it over to Smith. She's got the 3, and she nails it. Callie Smith, I think, feels herself heating up a little bit here in this one.
Got him back doubled again, 41-20 now.
As Sherhart trying to work inside. One too many steps there on that one, as she will get the travel called on her. So now Maybank's going to work after the turnover. Sanchez going to get into Searcy there. Final 37 seconds here of the period as Searcy brings it down slowly and then decides to speed things up a little bit. Gets it to Granger. Granger here, almost able to split the double team. Pass up ahead for Sherhart. Sherhart going to have to work against Aldridge. Just tries to throw something up, nothing going. Big block there from Honey Aldridge. As now on the other end, Maybank going to go all the way. It's blocked by Walker. Walker takes it out of the hands, headed the other direction, thought about going coast to coast, tries to bring it out, stolen away by Searcy. Trading turnovers back and forth here. Yeah, Searcy able to knock it in before the buzzer. Made it spin around there a little bit to try to get that last second off of the clock. And that is how the third period of action ends, as it is a lot of action here. Really quickly, we will step away, and we will be back with the fourth period of action here after this.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Alrighty, and we are back to start the fourth period of action as Maybank started with it, had it stolen away by Van. Now it will be Harvey taking a deep three-pointer, not able to find the rim. Thomas trying to save it from going out. Before that happened, foul going to be called on, I'm not sure who. I keep missing them, man.
I'm telling you, being behind the camera, it makes it hard to see what's really going on the court.
As Honey Aldridge is going to come away with a steal, she puts it on the floor and pushes up the offense, gets it off to McKinley White. She's going to try to go inside.
Trying to draw a foul, I believe, just didn't get the call, but it does go out of bounds, and they say last touch by Van.
So she is going to do the inbounding duties here, as she is going to get it in to Aldridge right there underneath the basket. Aldridge gets it back to White. White hands it off to Woods. Woods now able to get it inside to Aldridge. Oh, man. With her back to the basket, just kind of threw it over her head. It almost went down for Miss Aldridge. As now on the other end, Sherhart trying to work her way inside, and they are going to say she is fouled. Number 22, Kendall Woods, going to come away with a foul here on this one. As Sherhart finds herself on the line once again. First shot on the way is no good. She has found her way to the line a lot tonight. However, it has not been working out very well for Miss Sherhart here in this one, as after that one, she is 2 for 7 from the free throw line. That one right there, she makes it 3 for 8.
Yeah, got to shoot better if you're expecting success.
As Nina Sanchez bringing it down for Maybank once again. She gets it to Granger, right back to Sanchez. Sanchez over to White. White over to Woods. Woods going to take the baseline as she likes to do, but this time not going to work out for her as it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Woods. So Van going to take over. Sherhart bringing it down for the Lady Vandals. Gets it off to Harvey. Harvey now has to put it on the ground. Gets it right back to Sherhart. Sherhart going to work her way inside, gets it off to Walker. Walker uses the screen there, tries to go on the drive, nothing going. Honey Aldridge going to put it on the ground and just dribbles through everybody. Up ahead to Granger. Granger had to put it on the ground because she was a little too far from the basket. Ends up hitting her own foot and knocking it out of bounds. As now we will see Ms. Presley Sims enter the ball game for the first time here today. It's her second game on varsity.
Yeah, she went nuts against Kemp that first game she was there. A little slow at first, but then just started shooting the lights out of the building.
Sherhart trying to go on the drive. They're going to say she is fouled there. They're going to put it on Miss Nina Sanchez. As once again, the fouls starting to accumulate quickly here for Maybank, as they are already up to 3 team fouls. A couple minutes into this fourth period. Harvey working with it at the top of the key for Van. Gets it inside to Thomas. Thomas was looking for number 4, not able to find her, as it's taken away by McKinley White, and now she works her way down the court. I don't know why I almost wanted to say field. Back to McKinley White here. She tries to go on the drive. Has it poked away by Van, so it'll stay here on this side with them. Substitutions come in for Van as Landry Guy and number 11 back into the ball game. White gets it in to Sanchez. Sanchez over to Woods. Woods able to get it all the way into the corner with Sims. Her first three-point attempt, no good there. Rebounded by Van, and they run down the other direction. Three-point attempt on the way for Sherhart. That one, nothing going. As they're going to say it went off the foot of a Lady Vandal there. So Maybank will head the other way. 43-21, Maybank leads this one here in Van Gymnasium. As McKinley White working against Sherhart, trying to bring it down. She has herself stopped real quick, has to get it off to Sanchez.
Got to get it across here, girls, so there we go.
Able to do so as she gets it to Woods. Woods going to try to drive all the way inside, and she's going to be fouled. Let's see who they put this one on. They're going to put it on Sherhart with a hold there. It'll be Sherhart's third of the ball game. Ooh, little lazy inbound right there from White, almost taken away. Was looking for Sanchez in the corner, and same thing going, this time able to get it to her. Sanchez and Woods having a little bit of a miscommunication as Woods has to try to save it, and she is not able to keep her balance, and she ends up going back across half court. So turnover there for Maybank. Van going the other way. As Olivia Ryan working with it here for Van. Gets it off to Sherhart. Sherhart going to slow things down. Gets it into the corner. It is Walker with a 3. Not quite able to make that one connect. Walker able to grab her own miss, though. Sherhart with a little pull-up jumper, and she knocks it down. As now Maybank will head the other way. Sanchez gets it off to Woods. Woods now going to dribble it all the way across the court. Into the corner with Sims. Sims three-pointer is good. Presley Sims showing up to play here in Van tonight. As she is now 1 from 2 from behind the arc. Yeah, 1 for 2 from behind the arc. I said it correctly that time.
Hey, and this is a big deal for Presley because remember, that first game against Kemp was at home. So this is her first road varsity experience. And this is a good gym to get it in because they're right on top of you here in Van.
Sherhart fighting against McKinley White and is going to end up coming away with a foul. As that will be Sherhart's 4th foul of the ball game. It'll stay with Maybank here. As White going to get it into Sanchez, right back to White. White now back to Sanchez. Sanchez going to go into the corner with Sims again, right back to Sanchez. Sanchez going to dribble back top of the key and reset things here. White with it now. Trying to work against the defense, playing a little bit too close. And Miss Kaylin Harvey going to get caught with a foul. Just her first of the ball game, however. As Maybank again inbounds it, keeping on this side of the court. Sanchez gets it off to Sims. Sims takes the three off the screen. Not quite able to connect on that one. Nice job by Kendall Woods fighting down low. Jump ball is the call. Possession gives it to Van.
Kendall's sneaky athletic, too. You saw how high she got up there to go for that rebound.
Absolutely. She played the middle in volleyball because she is able to get up there in a moment's notice.
That is exactly right.
She's got a very, very sneaky vertical. Olivia Ryan working with it here on the offensive side for Van. Has her drive stuffed, gets it back to Sherhart. Sherhart going to go all the way here on this one. Blown layup as Nina Sanchez is going to come away with a rebound. Working against Olivia Ryan, they get it off to White here. White going to bring it around, gets it to Sims, into the corner with Sanchez. Sanchez able to get it inside to Granger, which lets the referee notice the foul right there from Miss Jayla Thomas.
Be the fourth, so next one will be free throws throughout the quarter.
Also Miss Thomas's third individual foul. Is now into the corner with Sanchez. Sanchez gets it to Woods. Woods dribbling around, looking for a way out of this one. Sims comes to help her out. White with it now, gets it over to Sanchez. Sanchez going to go off the screen. Ooh, was looking for the extra pass there to Granger.
I'm not sure what they're saying, but
we got a student section here from Maybank.
Is loud.
That is going to be another foul on Thomas. So Granger going to head to the free throw line as that is the fifth foul to send them into the bonus. Granger's first time on the line here tonight as the first one not quite going for her. 23-point lead here for Maybank as the second one also no good. Presley Sims, though, working to try to get the rebound. Unfortunately, not able to hold on to it as it goes out of bounds off of her. So Van heads the other way.
If they came over here and looked at this camera, they would realize they just made the wrong call, but that's okay. That was pretty clear, but with the 23-point advantage, we'll just kind of keep that one in the pocket there, JD.
We'll let it slide on this one as Sherhart going to go for three again. Nothing going. Rebounded by Granger. She hands it off to Searcy. Not Searcy, to Sanchez. They both start with S's, okay?
And they bring the ball up. So
there you go. Sanchez working with it against Olivia Ryan. Trying to get it off to White. It's poked away by Sherhart. As it looks like a timeout's going to be called quickly by Van's coach. Wants some time to talk about it. Going to take the full minute variety, which gives us a second to talk about just how well these Lady Panthers have been playing here tonight. You know, again, we're not seeing quite the scoring outburst that we kind of saw at the beginning of the year for them. But when you talk about controlling the ball and controlling the pace of how the game is going and not letting the other team really get comfortable at all, they have played it to a T tonight. They've been struggling a little bit with the turnovers, but they've also been doing a great job on the defensive side of things to make up for that, as both teams have. It's kind of been a turnover fest back and forth tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and definitely in this position that you're in with Maybank, getting to get Presley Sims into the ball game, maybe work a few plays, kind of do a few things that you may not normally get to do during a game while you're enjoying that nice little lead there, especially with only a minute 45 left to go. So maybe that could be part of the reason you're not seeing quite as many of the points as we're used to seeing. So I don't know. But, yeah, it has been kind of a dry game offensively.
Sanchez has it inbounded to her, tries to get it back to White. Sherhart takes it away, gets it up to Olivia Ryan. Ryan just too many steps there to be able to get to the rim, and she is called for the travel. Sanchez working with it, gets it off to White. White over to Sims. Sims into Woods. Back to Sims now. Sims going to get it to Woods once again. She's going to go on the drive. Has it poked away from her. Jump ball going to be the call. Possession going to keep it here on this side of the court with Maybank. As McKinley White to do the inbounding. Has to get it in quickly. They get it to Granger. Granger with the back down turnaround as she has got it down low.
Yeah, she was sitting down there with the water boiling, just waiting to get the pass in. She got the easy two.
Not much in the way of scoring for Miss Granger tonight, but, man, her defense has been quite stupendous here tonight. As Thomas able to grab the rebound now on her miss. Woods grabs it. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Oh, almost able to save it as she had Sherhart come and mess up her rhythm. As Sherhart going to try to go for the drive to the basket. Nothing going there. She is swarmed. Olivia Ryan for three. That one going to no good. As number 13, Miss Jaylee Wiesinger, her first time into the ball game, has her second chance opportunity go off the top of the backboard. So it'll be out of bounds. Nina Sanchez here. Going to have to try and work against. Able to get it into White. White able to get it back to Sanchez. Does a nice job breaking that pressure there as Harvey was playing up close and personal to Miss White. Sanchez now with it. Working against Sherhart here. Gets it off to White. As Woods now with a turnaround shot from the elbow.
You're going to get Granger.
Before that happened, they're going to get great. Yeah, exactly what you said. Granger right there caught for the foul. That'll be her fourth.
It's going to say, it looks like Jada Searcy out to finish out the last 17 seconds of this one.
Jada Searcy, you're going to be playing the down low position.
If you don't mind me stealing a little thunder here from you on the last couple seconds, don't forget we have the boys game coming up right after this. And the last time these two played was a heater.
Yes, it was, as the Maybank Panthers were able to come back. As Jada Searcy just tries to throw something up, having a little bit of fun there at the end of it from half court. As that is the way that one will end. Took the score away from me very quickly there. I believe it was 23-46. The Maybank Lady Panthers winning it here over the Lady Vandals. As Taylor right there quickly grabs Miss Bailey Litchfield. We're going to bring her over here for a little player interview. As Taylor finishes getting set up here. Again, great job here from the Lady Panthers tonight. As with that being said, I will let Taylor take it over as soon as he is ready. You got to turn yourself on.
I got to turn myself on. There we go. All right. All right, so we have got Miss Bailey Litchfield here with us now. Bailey, I'm going to come this way so I can make sure you can hear me. All right, so the reason I really wanted to make sure I talked with you tonight, Bailey, you are a 4-year player as a varsity Lady Panther. So just a couple of games left. You got Lindale and you've got Kemp left, and you're rolling into the playoffs. So tonight, whenever you can come into a tough environment, playing in a place that it really feels like the seats are right on top of you. How do you feel that a game like tonight really helps propel y'all forward going into the playoffs? Oh, hold on. Why is this microphone never likes me? All right, try it again.
Ready?
There we go.
There it is.
That microphone never likes me. I don't know why. I'm sorry, Bailey. Go ahead.
I think tonight really was good for our team, just being together and just getting some of the other girls some spots in and just helping us out, just playing together as a team, sharing the ball, learning when it's best to shoot a three or when to drive it. I think tonight we just shared the ball really well, and I think that's really good for our team.
Absolutely, and you're kind of the core of this, but y'all's team defense really seems to complement your offensive style. So
Yes.
what's kind of the mentality y'all have on defense? Because, again, it seems like every time you have a good defensive stand, y'all come back and put points on the board.
I think we just prioritize our defense first instead of our offense. Like, our defense just really rolls over into our offense, and it's hard to just start without, it's easier to start our offense whenever we get a steal and we just get going and everybody gets running and gets out, and yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so again, just got a couple of weeks left here. Well, a couple of games and 2 weeks until the playoffs start.
Yes.
So what's kind of the focus, what's kind of the push over the next couple of weeks preparing for the playoffs?
I think the focus is just being hard on each other during practice and just going 100% because we really just need that in the playoffs. We're going to see a lot of good teams, and I think we can make a really big run if we just, have good practices and keep going at it and just play our game and not worry about the other teams at all. Just do us.
Perfect. Well, all right, Miss Bailey, we appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. All right, so that is one of your senior leaders. Again, a 4-year player, I believe 4-year starter as well for your Varsity Lady Panthers. And I'm telling you, whenever Bailey Litchfield's out there clicking, the whole team seems to be out there clicking, JD.
Absolutely. It's a team that absolutely is very momentum-based, and it's not like an individual momentum that they have to have. As soon as any of their players start doing well, the entire team feeds off of that success.
Yes, sir. Well, JD, it looks like our plan, our little pregame plan, is not going to work out.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to go ahead and take a short break. Again, we got to split up the boys and girls games per the boss. Just so happens to be me. So, you know what I mean? But anyway. Well, so we're going to go ahead and take a little break. We'll be back with the boys right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
This concludes tonight's broadcast on Cedar Creek Media. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again soon.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.